everyone, it's Haze, and in today's video we have Oska with us again. So the other video will be up first, you already know who Oska is, but do you want to quickly say who you are in case they haven't seen the other video?
Hi, I'm Oska. I went to university with Hazel on the MA.
On the MA, the infamous MA.
The infamous MA.
So we were both going to the same wedding yesterday, and we'd planned this for a while to film this, so I was like, do you want to come and make some Miraculous related videos with me? So Oska likes Miraculous, obviously, otherwise it'd be a bit weird. Oska is also the one who bought me my Chat Noir figure for I think my 22nd birthday now, actually.
Oh gosh.
I'm nearly 25. What is this?
2026.
No! So for this video we're going to be doing like a would you rather but Miraculous ships, where I'm going to say this ship versus this ship, and Oska has to pick one and also give us a bit of reasoning why you picked that ship over the other one. Some of them are normal, I would describe as a normal ship. Some
reasonable.
of them, yeah, a reasonable one. Some of them are very unreasonable, but you still have to pick between them.
Crank ship territory.
Yes, essentially. So however, before we get started, this right now with the COVID restrictions as of the 18th of July in England is perfectly safe. We've also both been fully vaccinated as well, so this is perfectly safe. However, if you want to hang out with your friends, please check the guidelines from the government in your country. Just because it's safe in England does not mean it's going to be necessarily safe in your country. So whilst it's safe for us, it may not be safe or legal for you to do in your country, so please check before you go ahead and do anything like this. So, the first pairing, Adriennette versus Ladrian. So Adrian and Marinette versus Ladybug and Adrian.
I mean, I think Adrian and Marinette, I think, always makes more sense to me.
Yes, it does. Okay. So, Marinette versus Lady Noir. So, Marinette and Chat Noir, or Ladybug and Cat Noir.
I think obviously it's still Ladybug and Cat Noir.
Oh, you prefer them?
Yeah.
I mean, not that I dislike Lady Noir, but I love Marinette.
I mean, that's fair enough, but I think in my head it's like, well, obviously Adrian Marinette and then Ladybug and Cat Noir.
Yeah, I guess those are probably the two. I think those are the two most popular, but I mean, most people don't like Ladrian, to be honest. Just because they kind of stare, because obviously Marinette's in love with him and he's in love with her, so they just kind of stare at each other, they never really talk that much. Like in Riposte, they're just like, I'm in love with you. It never goes any further, but people like Marinette because it gives them the chance to see the other person. Because obviously around Chat Noir she can act more like herself and he can act more like himself around her. So I like it for that.
I think if you had it where they still didn't know each other's like identities, I'm still a bit like, I don't know if I don't know if I enjoy the secrecy. At least when it's Ladybug and Chat Noir, then they both understand that they won't know each other's identities.
Yeah. Okay, so Lady Noir or Adriennette?
Lady Noir.
Gotta pick one.
Adrienne, I think, probably.
How come? Okay.
I think, I guess, like, as much as I enjoy the superhero dynamic and everything, and I think they're fun, I think there's some, I don't know, there's just like something about the real world kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I think it's good for Marinette as a character too, because you see that she's so like outgoing normally and she's just a bit clumsy, but she makes friends with everyone.
Yes.
For her to suddenly shut down around a boy she likes, I think I'm like, this is good character development and good growth. You need to. My
favourite episodes are always the ones either with a lot of Lila screen time, because Lila's screen time usually brings more Adrian, because like they united on the issue of Lila. So like Chameleons are my favourite episodes because they have that really great scene together. So they chat to each other outside the classroom, and then Adrian sees Marinette sat like that and he's like,
yeah.
Yes. I think probably my favourite Love Square pairing is Adrian as well.
Yeah.
So, next one. DJ Wi-Fi, so Alia and Nino, versus Nathaniel and Mark.
Ooh, that's...
Love Mark.
I do care a lot about Nathaniel and Mark, but the problem is they haven't had enough screen time.
This is true, they only spoke to each other in reverse. I don't think Mark said any other lines outside of reverse. You see them a lot together, like you see them together in Rocketeer, but they don't actually talk.
I care deeply about them. But they just like... I think I'm probably more likely to engage with content about those two than I am about Nino and Alia, but Nino and Alia are just like... They have more content as a whole, but I suppose my preference would be... Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Right, okay. Lila and Adrian versus Lila and Marinette.
Ooh.
They're both bad, I don't want any to happen, but if you have to
I don't really like Lila and Adrian because I feel like it's a problem. But like there is... Okay, here's my thing for Lila and Marinette, is that I do love enemies to friends to lovers. I love it so much, and I think there's something about Lila overcoming a lot of internalized issues with herself.
I mean, whatever's actually going on, because I haven't explained it. Like, I understand why Chloe has those issues.
Because they haven't developed her at all.
No.
And I think you know, Marinette's like kind of this amazingly friendly, outgoing girl, and she's the only one who doesn't like Lila. And like, you know, I'm not here to like romanticize certain things that obviously in the real world would be very bad. But in fiction, I love seeing characters who hate each other, but then are like forced to see good features, and then like, you know, like Lila kind of like, like learning to be a better person, and Marinette kind of like putting petty issues she has aside, and then them slowly like, they're like sort of falling for each other, but they won't admit it.
Like Draco and Hermione from Harry Potter.
Yeah. Oh, Hermione days.
That's how I started in fanfiction.
That's how we all started.
Right, Lucanette, so Luca and Marinette versus Adrian and Kagami.
I actually really like Adrian.
Oh, get out, you're not welcome my house anymore.
No, listen, I mean, I don't really like Luca and Marinette. I really struggle with them. Because, here's my thought, I have many problems with Luca.
Okay, I'm gonna start.
And it's like, and it's not me being like, oh, okay. It's like, first of all, his model really isn't finished.
Yeah, apparently he doesn't have eyelashes, I never noticed.
Yeah, he doesn't have eyelashes. Also, everyone else has like some colouring in their cheeks.
Oh yeah, he's very pale, isn't he?
He's just blank coloured. He, like, for a while I was like, oh, they're gonna reveal that he's like a senti monster or something. They're gonna reveal that this guy's not normal, that he's like actually a robot or something. Because I was convinced, because his design doesn't fit with anyone else's, so I was like,
I guess he looks a bit like Jagged. Obviously Jagged's got the facial hair, but Jagged's quite pale as well.
But like, they haven't coloured his cheeks or anything, they haven't toned him, and he looks really weird next to all the other characters that have so much detail.
So is that the reason why you don't shoot him?
Okay, so that's like, I have my first problem. But also, I just think like, he's also not very well developed in my opinion. He doesn't seem to have like, his whole thing is like, I'm a really good boyfriend, I'm a really good guy, I have no flaws, I have almost no and then it was like, suddenly I have a problem with the fact that I don't know who my dad is. Oh, I found out who my dad is, hooray, we'll go make music with him. Like,
yeah,
where's the...
I'm hoping to get, I think Crocodile is about them. So
yeah, so I'm like, there needs to be, I would really like it if the episode actually explored him having like, life issues and complex experiences.
So is that the reason why you're saying Adrian, or do you actually like Adrian?
I do actually like Adrian because I care so much about Kagami, actually, I really can. I really like her, and I think that she's got like so much, I think she's got so much going for her, and I think that like, I think the problem with a lot of Adrian ships is that there's a bit too much like thing where they're too obsessed with him.
True.
And I do think this is a problem with any Adrian ship where the character is obviously too into him and he's like, I'm just here to like
go to school. I just want to go to school and have friends.
Make friends. Yeah, I think it's like one step at a time for Adrian, but I actually think that they're really cute. I think they're really fun, and I want what's best for I want nice things for Kagami.
I don't care about Kagami, as we all know. But I did think in Lies was cute when they were fencing. Kagami lifted up a helmet and kissed Adrian's helmet. I was like,
yeah, I do think they're cute.
I prefer Luca. Right, first of all, I don't ship either of them, and I do kind of view Luca and Marinette, the way they act around each other, more of siblings.
Yeah.
However, even though, I mean, I had zero hope for Lucanette last thing, because New York Special, Marinette ran after Adrian's car and said, I'm in love with you. So I was like, well, Luca, because at the start of the episode, Luca was like, this would be good for you to get some clarity. And I'm like, yeah, I did. And the clarity is she's not in love with you.
Yeah.
So I was like, I had zero hope for that lasting any further than 3 episodes. But I did have a bit more hope for Adrian, because Adrian, he doesn't have as much real world experience as Marinette. Obviously, she's been out for her whole life and he hasn't. So I knew he didn't realise yet. Because I mean, I do feel like a big part of him was only with Kagami, because she does bear a physical resemblance to Ladybug, but also similar personality. Kagami is a lot more headstrong than Marinette is in real life. I mean, not that Marinette doesn't, because like in Horrificator and Dark Place she really takes charge, but Adrian isn't often around to see that, so he doesn't get to see that side of her. So I really liked the Mary Shat moment in Soul Crusher when Chat Noir came and Zoe, the Akumatai Zoe, was holding Marinette and she was like, shut up, I'm not done talking yet, to show how like assertive she actually was, so he got to see that because she didn't know he was Adrian. So I like that about it. Yeah. So I prefer Lucanette, but
yeah, I think both of them have good qualities. I do just care about Kagami so much. I just care. No. I want to like Luca more. I think he just needs more actual character.
Yeah, I think Kagami
needs more character.
Been in it more than Luca.
Yeah. So. And he's only existed to be like a love interest, and I just didn't really buy his whole thing where he was like, I need to know Marinette's secret, and I was like, this doesn't fit to his character
but
at
also
all.
As well, I think another thing, one of the reasons why I don't ship them is at the end of Truth, Luca was like, I'll wait for you, and I was like, no, don't wait for you. Like, everyone told you her secret is that she's not in love with you.
And she's
in love with Adrian, and you're gonna don't.
And he spent the whole time being like, yeah, I already know that, and I was like,
if you already know, why are you dating her? I don't think I could date someone.
No.
If I knew, I mean, if I didn't know, that's a different case. But if I knew they were in love with someone else,
and there's no way he didn't know when they first started dating.
Yeah, because like he said in the New York special, this would be good to get you some clarity. Because I mean, he didn't say it explicitly, but to me that was like, I know you're still in love with someone else, but I like you.
Yeah.
Like I do feel bad for him, but like, no.
No.
Adrianette versus Lucanette. I feel I already know the answer, but I'll ask it anyway.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna be
Adrianette. Yeah,
it's gonna be Adrienne.
Okay. Juliet and Rose versus Milan and Ivan.
I'm gonna go for Juliet and Rose.
Really?
So.
I mean, I really like both, but I really like Milan and Ivan.
I do like Milan and Ivan. I think I really liked when they got together. I thought that was a really interesting sort of like character dynamic choice, and I thought they were really cute. But Juliet and Rose, I think part of it's also because it's being censored.
Yeah.
That like I crave every minute of screen time they get.
They are very cute.
I love cute and goth as like a character trope. I love it so much. It's my favourite like dynamic, like aesthetic dynamic.
It is very cute when they're together. Okay. Gabriel and Natalie versus Adrian and Marinette.
I mean, I think I think it's still Adrian and Marinette, but actually I do care quite a bit about Gabriel.
I care immensely about Gabriel and Natalie.
Because I think I love a bit of a villainship. I love
yes!
I love like two villains being evil together.
What I would like in the show, obviously I don't know if it's going to happen, but what I kind of want, so I would assume end of season 5 is when they defeat Gabriel, and then season 6 and 7 is going to be whoever the new Hawk one is, but I still want to see Gabriel in it, because I want him to work on his relationship with Adrian, but also him as a character, like him getting over Emily, and not just like his relationship with her, but also her death. I think it'd be really interesting to see.
Oh yeah, I mean this guy's like desperately needs to go to therapy.
Yeah, oh god.
Like, bro, like you're keeping your wife's body around in a glass.
Yeah, I'd like to see like a good like conversation between him and Adrian. Just Adrian. Get Marinette in there as well for moral support. But between Gabriel and Adrian to talk about like why exactly he did what he did. Then also to have a funeral.
Yeah, he needs to like.
He needs some closure.
He needs. Yeah, it's bad to keep it because this is the thing. If my one problem with Gabriel and
you just got one problem.
No, because here's the thing. I love villain. I love the drama of bad relationships. I obviously don't engage with that in the real world, but I love reading about people who make each other worse in some way. Villains who make each other worse. I love the drama, but like. It's entirely like, as long as you are acting like your wife is still alive in some way, as long as you are acting like you're still married to her, as long as you act like she's still the woman in your life, you are cheating. And I can't buy it, I just can't buy it.
I mean, like, when people say, I say, like, I ship Adrian, when I say I ship Gabe and people are like, oh, his wife is still alive, that's cheating. I'm like,
oh no, this is the thing. If it's like, he goes to therapy,
has a funeral,
closes it, accepts that his wife has passed away, goes through a mourning period, and it's not like a bounce back kind of thing.
I feel like when I say I should want Gabe not to happen, I'm talking like last episode of the show. I'd love like for season 6 and 7, for maybe season 6 be some relationship development between Gabriel and Adrian and just like becoming like a better father and son. Not particularly that because it's Adrian's fault, but he hasn't really been there for him.
Yeah.
Like I know he physically takes care of Adrian, he doesn't starve to death, he has an amazing bedroom, he has a roof over his head.
He's extremely rich.
Yeah, his emotional needs aren't being taken care of. So it is technically like emotional abuse really.
Yeah, it's definitely, emotional neglect.
Yeah, at the very least. So like Gabriel needs to work on that with Adrian, but Natalie also does kind of seem to like idolise him somewhat. Like I think they've been friends for years as well. So I'd like to see them develop together. So, and then it would get to the point by the end of season 7, they actually do get into a relationship together because like Adrian ships them. He said in Felix, he was like, are you dating Natalie? And he was like, no, how dare you?
Literally, because I was like, the fact that Gabriel was there like, I don't mind that you're moving on with a new woman. I was like, that's so good.
Adrian is best boy.
He is. He might just be.
He might just be. So, Luca and Chloe versus Luca and Kagami.
Ooh.
I love Luca and Chloe.
That's an interesting idea. That is, to be fair, but
because I think a bit like you said with Lila and Marinette, Luca would help with Chloe's development.
Wouldn't it be great if Chloe had development and an arc? But actually, Luca and Kagami sounds like an interesting sort of dynamic, because I think there's I don't know, I think there's like, if you have Kagami and you have her only date people of her like same class, as it were.
True. And Luca lives on a boat.
Yeah, and I think there's something about like, I don't know, like, there's something kind of cute about the thought of her like sneaking away from her like strict family, and she's like, I'm gonna go hang out with my boyfriend on his boat, and he's gonna play music at me, and also his dad's a rock and roll star. I love the drama of that.
And then Kagami goes home in her driverless car, like,
yeah,
I'm done for the day.
I do love the kind of bad boy dynamic of that.
Not objectively think Luca's a very nice person.
He's not a bad boy, but it's like, you know, it's kind of like different.
I think the only bad boy really is Felix, but he's posh, so it doesn't really fit.
He's
a Tory. He's like Boris Johnson, who is bad, but because he's evil, that's why.
He's evil in like the non-fun way.
Yeah,
it's kind of fun actually. He's a little bit fun, but like overall evil.
I mean, we're gonna see him 3 more times this season. So.
I am ready for some absolute high-end drama from this boy.
I'm ready for it. So, Luca and Chloe versus Luca and Zoe.
Yeah, I think then it would be Luca and Chloe, because again, that kind of like. So I think Zoe's whole thing is that she's, you know, she tried to pretend to be more up-end and stuff, but then actually maybe she'd get on.
I feel like Zoe is Luca's type though.
Yeah,
not that I know what Luca's type is, but I feel like he'd like her.
I feel like they've both got kind of that like. She's got the hair thing, and they're kind of a bit like.
And her outfit is a bit more.
I
love Zoe's outfit.
They're both a bit like rocky, kind of like indie kids.
Yeah.
So yeah, it would probably make more sense. But again, with my like 2 worlds.
Plus as well, like, not that Zoe like presents herself as being like upper class, but she is from that kind of family. Like,
yeah.
She lives in like.
She's a bit more rebellious. Yeah.
Yeah. So next one, Gabe Nath versus Tom and Sabine, Marinette's parents.
Ooh. Okay.
So I mean, they're already married, but
I actually do really like. No, but to be fair, I actually do really like them.
They are very cute.
They're really fun, and I love big, small.
Yeah. Plus as well, Tom's like really soft and sweet, and then Sabine's like, I'm ready to kill you.
Literally. I love just like every time that he hugs her in a scene, and he's like got his big old arms.
His hands are huge. I love
so
Tom's
cute.
hands. And then he's like a baker, and he's like making little
pastries. The family business thing. I have to get behind that.
I love it. So I don't think we ever will see it, because I'm pretty sure Ivan's gonna get the Ox Miraculous, but I'd love to see Tom with the Ox Miraculous. Yes. Can you imagine? Even just for one episode where maybe Ivan gets reacclimatized into Stoneheart or something else, and they're like, well, we need the Ox Miraculous, everyone else is already taken. Dad, would you like to have a go?
It's angry dad time.
Yes. Oh, I think he'd be great with you. I'm not sure what Sabine would go for. I'd love to see Sabine with a Peacock Miraculous. She'd be so elegant, wouldn't she?
That sounds fun.
Yeah. Chloe and Sabrina versus Chloe and Kim.
I think I quite like Chloe and Kim. I think, you know, like, I think I like Chloe and Sabrina as like a friend dynamic. I don't think I could do with them being more than that. Because I feel
not until Chloe had changed first, because otherwise it would be such a toxic
also,
relationship.
I feel like Sabrina has no self-worth.
Yeah, she has no backbone.
And it's like, even if Chloe changes, is she gonna change? Or is she just gonna be like, oh wow, Chloe, like,
Well, I feel like, because I'm pretty sure Sabrina's getting the Dog Miraculous, before she can have it, she needs to kind of stop being friends with Chloe, because if not, she's gonna be like, okay, I'm done using the Miraculous, now I'll give it to Chloe.
If she can stand up for us, if it's like both of them both get good enough character development, I think I'd be really interested in them as like a kind of developing ship dynamic. But actually, I think I quite thought Chloe and Kim. I think there's like, I don't know, like the sort of like bratty popular girl and the sort of like, you know, jock character. I
guess it'd be more typical. I mean, I think Kim had a crush on, but I think a lot of people also ship Kim with Alex. I think he's kind of cute.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I mean, like, he's nice.
I like him.
But there's, you know, I think there's that idea that she's like, oh, you're so, you know, like, well, I'm supposed to date you, and he's like, okay, well, have you tried being nice?
So, Marinette and Tiki versus Adrian and Plag. This one's very unreasonable. You have to pick.
Crumbs can't feel love.
Right, okay,
apparently.
Plag loves cheese. So incorrect. I know that's what Tiki
Also,
said.
like,
Tiki is a liar.
I don't feel love. And I was like, but you have so many emotions, why wouldn't... I mean, I don't know.
Like, surely Dusu does though.
But then
it's a climate of emotion.
But they don't have to reproduce, so I guess they don't pair bond. I guess is the situation.
Oh, I guess. I mean, they just seem
they
to
don't breathe.
Manifest, don't they? They kind of like come out with like
so
Tiki like created herself.
They don't have pair bonding, so I guess that's the thing.
Okay, but If you had to pick, if this was
I
a
guess
show
I
where
would
they could
say-
fall in love.
I guess I would say probably Marinette and Tiki. I just think they have an overall more emotionally supportive dynamic and there's a bit more there. Whereas I kind of think Plug would be like, okay, have you brought cheese back though? If you're not supplying me with cheese.
Fair enough. Chloe and Marinette versus Lila and Marinette.
Ooh.
Because they're both
Two
like
enemies
villains.
to lovers.
Yeah. You like both?
I might have said Chloe and Marinette before, but I think she's had enough interaction with enough other characters, and if she gets that good redemption arc that I yearn for, then I think she would have better ships with other characters. And I'm just Lila and Marinette, I just think has so much potential for just like real emotional tension.
Okay.
Because I think Marinette kind of almost doesn't mind Chloe anymore at this point.
No, she's just like, oh, Chloe's the
I
one,
love
Lila.
like she's just like, oh what? I have feelings, Lila? No! Like
Okay.
I love the drama.
Okay. So, Chloe and Marinette? Or Lila and Marinette?
Yeah, I think Lila and Marinette.
Okay. Okay, Adrian and Alia, which we all know is cursed from Rocketeer, or Alia and Kim.
I think Alia and Kim has some good potential,
I think they'd be
actually. I think that would be really cute.
Right, this is really unreasonable. This is full-on cursed. Madame Bustier and Adrian versus Marinette and Daddy Agrest. For both of these shows, please assume Adrian and Marinette would be adults.
You invite me to a house.
And ask you questions like this.
You do this to me.
To make it easy, let's assume they'd all be the same age.
Okay.
I wouldn't ever advocate for an adult dating a child, obviously.
Okay, in the AU where all the heroes are adult characters.
Yes. Or if all the adults are children at the same time. They can all
I
be kids
think
together.
there'd be something interesting in Marinette and Daddy Agrest getting together, but also Hawkmoth and Ladybug being enemies. I think the dynamic would be really interesting.
It would be.
But I hate this question.
Yeah.
I hate this question.
Please understand, this is not if they were children, this is if they were all adults. Which they are not, so I'm not advocating for the ship. I would never read this ship in a fanfiction.
No.
Ever. I would actively avoid any fanfiction with this pairing in. Right, last one to finish us off. Lila and Felix, or Chloe and Felix. All the villains together.
I think there'd be something kind of interesting in Chloe and Felix. I think there's something about...
Plus he looks like Adrian as well.
Yeah, he looks exactly like Adrian. And this... they could make each other worse. They could make each other
Well,
worse.
both ships would make them worse.
Yeah, but I think there's like, you know, I think there's something quite funny about her getting Adrian, but getting like the worst.
The worst version.
She gets the worst version. She gets exactly visually the boy she wants, but with a personality that's just as horrible as.
Perfect.
It's like, but I would also I'd love a version where they're both horrible, but I would also have a version where they're both better people.
Yeah,
You
they
know?
help each other get better. Maybe that would help. So,
They can make each other worse. The drama.
so that was the end of the video. Please let me know which one of the pairings you would rather see. And maybe if you'd like to see Oska again on the channel, I might have to take a trip to Wales.
Come to Cardiff.
I can't remember the last time I went to Wales, probably like when I was 4 or something. It's been so long.
It's changed a lot.
I don't remember any of it. So yeah, please let me know what you would have picked for the pairings. Let me know if you liked having Oska on the channel, so I can decide whether or not to invite them back. Maybe never again if you all hated them.
You're just like, oh, yeah, blacklist that person.
They're my first guest, like, they have to like you. And I will see you all next time. Bye!